Good evening, student. In the last lecture, we have completed the process of digestion and absorption of food in small and large intestine. Now, in this video, we'll try to see what happens to the absorbed material from small intestine. All the food material or the nutrients which we absorbed from small intestine will get passed down to liver by hepatoportal circulation, and in liver they will get utilized for formation of various products. So this process we have to learn in this particular video. So let's start with our video lecture. So whatever material, the nutrient we absorb from small intestine will get ultimately passed down to liver, which is considered as factory inside our body, through hepatoportal circulation. We are covering this hepatoportal circulation in a separate video. So at present, all the nutrients which we absorb from small intestine is going to pass down to the liver through hepatoportal circulation. So whatever we have absorbed is now with the liver, and now the liver will decide, it will segregate, utilize, store and transport these nutrients according to their requirement to individual cells. Inside the cell, these nutrients will be utilized for making various products essential for life. They will contribute into the pool of protoplasm. They help in protoplasm synthesis, and this whole process is called as assimilation of food. So assimilation of food is the process of synthesizing protoplasm from the nutrients. Okay, and each and every cell of the body will perform this process. Now the nutrient which got transferred to the liver will segregate, utilize, store and transport the substances according to the needs of cell. Okay, so how the liver will segregate the nutrients? The nutrients which are reaching the liver, आपण काय म्हटलं की लिव्हर काय करेल, सगळं काही आपण ॲब्सॉर्ब केलं स्मॉल इंटेस्टाईनमधून, ते सगळं पहिले जाईल लिव्हरमध्ये विथ द हेल्प ऑफ हिपॅटोपोर्टल सर्क्युलेशन. हे हिपॅटोपोर्टल सर्क्युलेशन काय असते हे आपण सेपरेट व्हिडिओमध्ये बघणार आहे. पण हिपॅटोपोर्टल सर्क्युलेशननी सगळे ॲब्सॉर्ब झालेले न्यूट्रिएंट लिव्हरपर्यंत येऊन पोचले. आता लिव्हर काय करेल तर ते सगळे जे न्यूट्रिएंट आहेत त्यांना सेग्रिगेट करेल, त्याच्यातले काही न्यूट्रिएंट युटिलाइज करेल, काहींना स्टोअर करून ठेवेल आणि काहींना ट्रान्सपोर्ट करून टाकेल वेगवेगळ्या सेल्सकडे. आता हे सेल्स काय करतील तर हे सेल्स पण ह्या मटेरियल्सचं सेग्रिगेशन, युटिलायझेशन आणि स्टोरेज करतील. युटिलायझेशन करून सेल त्या मटेरियलचं बनवतील प्रोटोप्लाझम, आणि या प्रोसेसला आपण म्हणतो ॲसिमिलेशन ऑफ फूड. हे ॲसिमिलेशन ऑफ फूड करणं खूप गरजेचं आहे, कारण जोपर्यंत आपण ॲसिमिलेशन ऑफ फूड करत नाही तोपर्यंत आपल्या बॉडीची ग्रोथ आणि डेव्हलपमेंट होणारच नाही. सो पूर्ण प्रोसेसमध्ये जे काही ॲब्सॉर्ब झालेलं फूड आहे आता ते आपल्याला ॲसिमिलेट करावं लागेल, त्याला युटिलाइज करावं लागेल, त्याला स्टोअर करावं लागेल. आता लिव्हर कसं मदत करेल आपल्याला, तर लिव्हर पहिले तर त्या पूर्ण न्यूट्रिएंटला सेग्रिगेट करेल. Here the liver will segregate the substance. So we have to see कि which substances are reaching the liver. Okay, so in segregation, firstly we have to look for the substances which are reaching the liver. So number one, the liver will receive carbohydrates. So liver mainly received carbohydrate in the form of glucose, fructose and galactose. So all this carbohydrate will utilize for the process of energy synthesis, that is ATP. From liver they will get transported to various cells where the cell will utilize these substances for producing the energy. Now the excess amount of carbohydrates, let's say for example the excess amount of glucose which is presented to the liver will get converted into glycogen with the help of insulin. This process will occur at two places, one is liver and second is muscle. So the excess amount of glucose, excess amount will get converted into glycogen and glycogen will get stored in liver and muscle. Clear for this thing? This process is called as glycogenesis, म्हणजे glycogen बनवणे. Now whenever body will require this glycogen will break down again into glucose with the help of glucagon, and that glucose will be utilized by the body for energy production. तो अशा प्रकारे आपण कार्बोहायड्रेटला सेग्रिगेट केलं, युटिलाइज केलं आणि स्टोअर केलं आणि काही कार्बोहायड्रेट आपण ट्रान्सपोर्ट करून टाकलं सेलला फॉर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ एनर्जी. नाउ द सेकंड इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग which reaches the liver is amino acid. So liver will utilize this amino acid firstly to synthesize proteins. लिव्हर काय करेल की हे जे अमायनो ॲसिड लिव्हरपर्यंत पोहोचले यांचं पहिले प्रोटीन बनवण्यासाठी वापर करेल. ओके, देर आर सो मेनी प्रोटीन्स विच आर प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय लिव्हर. लिव्हर प्रोड्यूस वेरियस एन्झाइम्स. Then liver will produce clotting, blood clotting factor, fibrinogens, prothrombin, etc. These proteins are produced in liver with the help of these amino acids. So this is the first work that liver will perform with amino acid. Then the remaining amount of amino acid will get transported to the cells. Where cell will use the amino acid for formation of various products, structural products or functional products. Then the remaining amount of amino acid will get deaminated the remaining amount of amino acid will undergo deamination procedure. That is the procedure which removes the NH2 group from amino acid. This is the amine group which is removed from amino acid. These amino group will get converted into ammonia, that is NH3, and this NH3 will ultimately excreted in the form of urea from body. A process of making urea from ammonia is called as ornithine cycle, which operates in liver. So with the help of ornithine cycle, the liver will help in conversion of urea by utilization of ammonia and CO2. Clear for this thing? Then the deaminated amino acids will now redirected for formation of glucose. So the excess of amino acid will first undergo deamination, and the deaminated amino acid will now directed for the synthesis of glucose, and this process is called as gluconeogenesis. This process will also takes place in liver, and the excess amount of glucose will get converted into glycogen, and still excess amount of the glucose whichever left after the synthesis of glycogen is directed toward fat synthesis. So the excess glucose after formation of glycogen will get directed toward fat synthesis. Clear for this thing? Now, thirdly, the liver is also receiving the fat through circulation. The fat will get absorbed in lacteals, and lacteals will ultimately put that fat into blood circulation. This circulating blood will also provide fats to liver. Now, the fat which got synthesized from the excess amount of glucose and the fat which is received by the liver will get stored inside the liver. So the fat will get stored in the liver. So in this way, the liver will help in the process of assimilation of the absorbed food by the organism. So just to summarize, assimilation is the process of utilizing absorbed food for the synthesis of protoplasm. Okay, for assimilation of food, the main organ is liver. All the absorbed food from small intestine will reach the liver with the help of hepatoportal circulation. Liver will segregate these nutrients, utilize the nutrient, store the nutrient, and transport the nutrient to various cells. Now inside the liver, in the process of segregation, we have said that the liver will receive carbohydrate in the form of glucose, fructose and galactose. This glucose will get transported to the cell according to their need. Plus, this glucose is helpful for maintaining the blood glucose level. After maintaining a particular blood glucose level, whatever glucose is in excess amount will get converted into glycogen with the help of insulin, and this process is called as glycogenesis. The glycogen will get stored in liver and muscle. Now the second important thing which liver will receive is amino acid. Amino acid will firstly get utilized for formation of protein. Then amino acid will get transported to various types of cell. Do remember one most important MCQ, if we cannot store amino acid, we don't have capabilities to store the amino acid, so we have to utilize whatever amino acid we are absorbing from the small intestine. So firstly we will utilize it for making the proteins, then secondly we will transport it to various cells where the cells will use it for making the proteins. Then the remaining amount of amino acid will undergo a process of deamination. Deamination is the removal of NH2 group from amino acid. This NH2 group will get converted ultimately to ammonia, and ammonia will get converted to urea with the help of ornithine cycle, and urea is excreted out of the body. Clear? The deaminated amino acid now will get converted to glucose, and this glucose will increase the blood sugar level. Now this process of converting the amino acid into glucose is called as gluconeogenesis, but this is the extra glucose which is coming into the circulation, so it will increase the blood sugar level. Now this extra glucose is now directed for fat synthesis, and this process is an irreversible process. This fat will ultimately get stored in the liver, and that is how we utilize all the nutrient which we have absorbed from the small intestine. So this is all about the process of assimilation. Now in the next video we'll try to learn about the hepatoportal circulation. Thank you.